I urge all of you, if you ever have a desire to get there and see these people, I'm telling you, they're beautiful, they're warm, they're friendly.
You were communicating for a year?
Over a year. Yeah.
Okay, Michael, wait, I'm going to stop you right there because you know that I am not a big believer in that. A year is way too long, Okay, maybe a month before we go over. But so I'm going to tell you and tell the guys out there, I do not think that's a good idea normally, but I'll let you have a pass on this.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, anyway, what followed is that we had 3 Skype conversations.
That's good that you have the Skypes.
Okay, we had the Skype conversations through your agency because we had a translator, which is very important. She doesn't speak English, which I'll get into in a minute. And through this conversation, there was nervousness on her end, which by the way this call started, I caught her before we went live, or before she knew we went live. So I was able to see the nervousness in her. The minute we started talking, she started laughing, because I can't keep a straight face, But it was a very enjoyable. I had to stretch it from a half hour to an hour. Okay, because believe me, guys, time flies very quickly if you're having a good time conversing with that woman on the other end. It flew.
Absolutely.
And we had a subsequent meeting, a couple of weeks later, when we started finalizing, which is the meeting that I just came back from. And then our final meeting, our final call was really to solidify plans, where we're going to meet, what time. And I worked through a travel agent that really took care of all the nuts and bolts of, getting everything set up and paid for in advance, because I hate to wind up having to pay once I'm there. Different currency and so forth.
So this was a totally third-party travel agent that took care of all that for you. I think that's great.
Well, because mainly I wasn't going with a group.
Right.
If I was going with as a social tour, believe me, a lot of flack from people that close friends, and even my son, who said that don't go there, it's dangerous. It's this, it's that. Painting a horrible picture. And contrary to all that stuff, I just knew it wasn't going to be that way. I really, really had that gut feeling that this was going to be a pleasant experience. And I'm glad I followed my hunch. But overall, it was a wonderful experience, and I urge all of you, if you ever have a desire to get there and see these people, I'm telling you, they're beautiful, they're warm, they're friendly. Everything that you may have seen on YouTube is just as accurate, if not my own experiences being even more accurate, because I've been there.
So Michael, you wrote to this woman for a year. You did a few Skypes with her. What was your anticipation? Because that's one thing, guys, when you're writing to someone for a year, sometimes you can build this false narrative in your mind. And then you go over, and then you could be disappointed if the reality doesn't meet because of the difference in chemistry or whatever, because when you're in person, it can be different than what you thought it was going to be like in letters. So you had this whole time, this year of getting to know her, and you had an idea of what it was going to be like, right, in your mind. So when you got there, how was the reality of it?
Be honest with you, everything you say is true. I mean, if you're just meeting somebody for the first time, just, right, back and forth a few times and then hop on a plane and go, it's totally different. I've had a chance for a long period of time, and according to your estimations, which I agree with, let me explore more of this person through writing. I mean, translation doesn't always come out accurately, but close enough. Okay. Where I could read between the lines, if it didn't look right, I said, okay, you have to take into account the difference in languages, and it's never going to translate quite the same.
And you have an interpreter in the middle of it all, right? So you have that spin on it. But
So
yeah, okay.
that the interpreter came in really with the Skype calls, okay? That is like the frosting on the cookie, okay? Because that kind of cemented anything that I may have, thought up or felt into something that's more tangible.
Okay.
And when I met her, excuse me, when I met her, it was more or less a melding of all this coming together.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't have high expectations. That's kind of dangerous to do, in any situation.
It is, yeah.
If you don't expect and something goes wrong, you don't get hurt.
Right.
But if you expect and get hurt, yeah, it could be traumatic.
Right.
This way, no trauma. Everything worked out well. Will work out even better. I plan on going back in October for a longer period of time. Her daughter has vacation from school for a week.
Okay.
So I'll make it even more worthwhile.
Are you a single man looking for love? Check out our website at
anewbride.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.